So we're gonna move to exploration of enums, but this time we're gonna use the C sharp. So what I will do here is I will just convert all the problems or cases that we did explore in C++. So let's start. We'll start. I'm gonna start with comparing enums with integers. So we're gonna convert all the problems that we did, all the no, all the explorations that we did in the C++, the 10 problems or 10 cases, but with very few key differences in how it handles them. So particularly in type safety and some restriction that makes C# enums safer than C++ enums. So first is comparing enums with integers. So in C#, enums are not implicitly convertible to integers. So you need to explicitly cast them to compare them with integer, which adds a layer of safety compared to C++. So as we can see here, we did uh, explicitly cast the integer. So here it makes sense compared to the C++, where we are converting the value of our C here, which is the red, to 0. So as we run here, so it's giving us this, the output is equal to 0. But yeah, as I said, it made sense, right? Because we explicitly cast it. So in C sharp, so for example, if we take this out, actually it will cast, because we can directly compare these enums to integers. The value is z, because under the hood it's still 1. But if we try to like compare it to, like, for example, it's like float or any other, like it's not directly comparable. So you need to cast the enum to an integer explicitly. So C sharp enforce stricter type safety, so making it somehow a little harder to accidentally treat an enum as an integer without casting it. So that's the number one exploration in C sharp in regards with enums. So the second problem or case that we're going to explore in exploration on enums in C sharp is performing arithmetics on enums. So C sharp does not allow arithmetic operations directly in enums without casting them to integers. So this is a significant improvement, of course, over to C++ as what we did in our example or case number 1. So our enums are treated as integers by default. So we're gonna start, yeah, we're gonna use this. So as you can see here, so here we're gonna need to integers. I need to cast the enums. So here we cast this integers. We're gonna need to cast enums to integers, so before we're going to perform the arithmetic operation. So this one, which is the addition, so we're casting both integers here, and then going to run. So voila, we're giving 1. So we did cast, so 0 plus 1 is equal to 1. So we explicitly cast enums to integers to perform arithmetic, so which forces you to acknowledge, like the programmers, that you're treating enums as integers. We're giving a flag like, okay, we're gonna treat the enums here, our colors, as integers, which is really good compared to the C++ that you can just do it directly. So by preventing this, by preventing the direct arithmetic on enums, so the C sharp contains the idea that enums are distinct types and not just numbers like C++. So that's it for our problem or case number 2 exploration in C sharp and enums. We're going to do our number 3 problem or case in exploration of enums in exploration on enums in C sharp. So case number 3 is we're assigning the values outside of the enum range. So if you can still in C sharp, we can still assign an out of range value to an enum by, of course, casting, but it's slightly more controlled compared to the C++. But however, it's still legal and can lead to unsafe behavior if we are not careful. So here what we have is it's like our example. So we're out of range. So color C here. So what we're doing here is we're assigning an out of range value, and then it prints 5 here, but it's not a valid color. So yeah, 5 is not a color, it's an integer. So we're going to run it. It will print the 5. So C sharp here allows assigning an out of range value by casting, but the enum will hold a value that isn't defined in the enum. So in this case, it's 5. So we cannot see 5 here. So just like in C++, this can cause bugs since the enum value doesn't correspond to any of the defined constants. So this is the assigning values outside the enum range in C sharp. So one of, like, as you can see, the somewhat questionable legal allowable in C sharp. So that's it. This is the problem number 4, case 4 on exploration on enums and C sharp. So we're going to compare different enum types. So C sharp enforces strong type safety when comparing enums from different types. So unlike the C++, as our previous examples, you cannot compare enums in C sharp from different enum types without explicitly casting them. So for example, I'm gonna have like, I'll type this type to show you some example. Then you have another enum, another type, the days. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Remain. Inside it is we're going to compare the day. So we're going to compare Monday and red. Okay. So we're going to draw. So okay, so we have the compilation error here since C sharp does not allow comparing different enum types directly. So we need to cast them to integers first, which avoids the accidental comparisons that C++ allows. So this shows that the strong type safety prevents your programmers from making illogical comparisons like comparing colors to days, which the which the C++ allows. So if we're going to compare, we need to uh, cast it. So here, let's try it. So here we did the casting already, as you can see. So we cast it here. Let's see what. Also, this time it did run. It did allow us to do it, since we cast both of us in integer. So, but even though color and they are distinct types, their underlying integer values can be compared after casting. So, but without the explicit cast, C# does not allow direct comparison uh, of different enum types in these cases. So, which enforce better type safety compared to, like our example in C++. So, that's it for number 4. The next one of our problem in exploration, or example problem or case in exploration of an enums